We will pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today we have to start talking about Kamma. Before talking about Kamma, we have to introduce the mental process, because some Kamma are related to mental process. So that is why here we have the table. Rebirth. This also called life continuum, Bhavanga mind moment, similar to Bhavanga mind moment. So the same mind will function as a rebirth, also the same mind will function as a death. Between rebirth and death. So whenever there is a no particular object, there will be Bhavanga mind state. Actually, Bhavanga mind also take past object. That means near-term moment object. So if there's some mental process like seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, or thinking, or whatever mental process arises, the interval or in between two mental processes, there will be Bhavanga mind state. So in every single mind state, there are three moments, three sub-moments. That is a arising stage. Another thing is a theta stage and also perishing stage. So in every single book, there are also three sub-mind moments. Not only in Bhavanga mind moment, actually in every single mental process, in every single mind moment, there will be three sub-mind moments: arising stage, theta stage, and perishing stage. This is the nature of mental process. So today we have to introduce the functions of mentality in the process. Here, Indon mental process. Chakudwara Viti. This is the sequence of consciousness that occurs when the visual object is seen by the eye. Okay, here we should elaborate a few more. So in every time when we see any particular object, then the same mental process will arise. For example, step of Indon cognitive process. 1. Adita Bhavanga, past life continuum consciousness in active state of mind. So this is the first mind moment. After that, we may have Bhavanga Jalana, vibrating Bhavanga, the first disturbance. Okay, that means Bhavanga Jalana means when our minds are going to take new objects, then the mind is to start moving towards new objects. The first mind moment is to start shaking to change the other object. Bhavangu Bachera, arrest or cutting off Bhavanga. That means no more Bhavanga mind state. This is the last moment of Bhavanga mind state. After that, we have the mental process that can know the color. Panjarara Vachana, the phyto-elevating consciousness, turn to the Indon. This is the first mind moment. It will take visible object. In other words, Chakku Vijnana, eye consciousness, it will receive the color, or it will start knowing the color. Another thing is the Sambrichana, receiving consciousness. So this one is very clear. It will receive the object, visible object, Sandirana, investigating consciousness. Another one, number 8, Vatapana, determining consciousness. After that, we may have 7 jhanas, 9 to 15. Impulsion mind moment. Actually, these 7 jhanas are called Kamma in the mental process. So, whenever we see something, it depends on our intention, or wise intention or unwise intention. There can be different impulsion. If we have a wise intention, it will be wholesome mental process, wholesome impulsion. If we have unwise intention, it will be unwholesome impulsion. So these are called Kamma. After that, we have 2 more mind moments called the Dharamana, registration or retention of the object. After the 18, Bhavanga, return to life continuum. So these are the order of mental process, the nature of mental process also we can say. So whenever we see or hear or smell, taste, touch, it will be similar mental process. Then there will be many other explanations about mental process, but it would be too long. Also, it will be too heavy for new learners, new listeners. That's why I will not explain too much in detail. Okay, we can also learn another way. Here, this is shortcut or short note. Lifespan of object, 17 mind moments. So that means when we see the color, then 70 mind moments, it will take 17 mind moments. So it will rise together with the first Dita Bhavanga, bus life continuum. After that, we may have Bhavanga Chalana, trembling mind or shaken mind. Another is the Bhavanga Pachera, arrest mind, arrest Bhavanga or maybe cut off Bhavanga. Then, as we have mentioned before, Panchara Vachana, Phiro Arabatin, Chakku Vinyana, eye consciousness, Somebody Chana, receiving, Sandirana, investigating, Utapana, determination, after the impulsion, Javana, registration, the Dharamana, after the Bhavanga, life continuum again. So here 1 to 17, it will take 17 mind moments. This is the nature of mind-mental process. After that, we also have mind-mental process, taking the same object. The same Bhavanga Jalana, Bhavanga Pachera, another here Manora Bachana, mind to Aravatin. Then here 7 Javanas, the Dharamana, after that Bhavanga. Okay, here we also make short notes. Bhimi, Bhavanga, mental continuum. Here we can see Bhavanga, right? Again here, Bhami, Adita Bhavanga, past Bhavanga. So that means if there's no mental process, I have already mentioned, only life continuum. If we don't know any particular object in our daily life, this is a life continuum. Another BU, Bhavanga Pachera. BC, Bhavanga Chalana, vibrating Bhavanga. BU, Bhavanga Chalana, resting Bhavanga or cutting of Bhavanga. Other P, Panchara Vajana. C, Chakku Vinyana, eye consciousness. After that, somebody Chana, receiving, SP, SD, Sandirana, investigation, VO, Utapana, determining, J, Javana, impulsion, T, the Dharamana, registration. So replace for the ear consciousness, etc. for other doors. For example, when we hear, instead of Chakku Vinyana, it will be Soda Vinyana, ear consciousness. When we smell, it will be nose consciousness. Just changing the mind moment. The rest of my moment will be the same. So 1 to 17 numbering of mind moment can in a cognitive process. Here we also mentioned 3 thoughts in every single mind moment, right? This means 3 sub-moments of every moment arising, standing, and variation. So okay, these are the nature of mind moment. Why I introduce this one? Because when we are going to introduce the Kamma, we need to know embulsion. Which embulsion can take what kind of effect? We also have to know this kind of things. Okay, now we should move to the next one. Mind-mental process. Also the same lifespan of 17 mind moments. But most of the one will be bhavanga, because here the main mental process will be M means Manohara Vachana. J means Javana, impulsion. Other T, the Dharamana, registration. B, or the B, BC, BU, they will be life continuum. So that means we can see the color with our eyes. We can also see it with our mind. Then when we see the color in our mind, it will be only mind-mental process. So similarly, when we are going to do something good or something bad, we may have many mind moments, because within one finger snap, millions of mind moments can arise and perish as a series, one after another. So that is why within 1 second, there can be many mind moments. So there means many kusala kamma, many akusala kamma. Then we will start. Each process begins with life continuum, consciousness, bhavanga, being disturbed and interrupted, which is followed by mind or elevating consciousness, Manohara Vachana, 7 Javana, impulsion, consciousness, occasionally 2 Dharamana, registration, consciousness. So occasionally, if the objects are not quite clear, no Dharamana. The object becomes very clear and very obvious, there will be the Dharamana. It will be different. Okay, now we can start. 12 categories of Kamma. In the workings of Kamma, the Buddha, the Buddha explained Kamma according to 12 categories, divided into 3 sets of 4. Time of effect, when Kamma take effect. So these 4 categories classifying Kamma based on when its result manifest. And then the order of effect, which Kamma take effect first. This classification explains which types of Kamma produce result first when multiple Kammas are present. Function or effect. These classifications describe how Kammas produce result. So we have to understand these 3 as the basics. Now we will go to the first group. Time or effect when Kamma take effect. Then presently effective Kamma, Ditta Dhamma Vedaniya Kamma. So this Kamma will take effect in the same lifetime it was performed. For example, a person who performs good deeds experiences happiness in this very life. Actually, we can understand this one as the first Javana. Among the 7 impulsion, the first impulsion can produce this kind of effect in this very life. Here we just talk about good experiences, right? For example, if somebody is doing something bad, they have to suffer from that bad thing also. Okay, practically, you may have known Venerable Angulimala. He killed many people. 1,000. But in this very life, before he attained hardship, when he go for Binda Bada, many people throw stone at him, stick or stone or many things, right? He got injured. This is brain affected karma. He had to suffer for it because of his karma. He has made very heavy mistake or very big mistake, right? So Dita Dhamma Vinaya karma can be kusala or akusala both. So it depends on how strong our karma also, right? Sometimes some of the karma can give its effect in this very life. Sometimes it cannot get its result in this very life. It will be in the future life. Another thing is subsequently affected karma. Upapacca Vinaya karma. This karma produces a result in the very next existence or next rebirth. For example, if a general person is reborn in the favorable realms due to their merits. Okay, we can also understand the saying. For example, Anatta Pindika was reborn as a deva. He had accumulated many meritorious deeds. So next life. This is actually among the in the middle process. You may also have, remember 7 impulsion. It's the power of the last impulsion among the 7. So the last impulsion will produce this kind of result. So this is a kusala. Similarly, in the case of akusala also, there will be many. Then even the Buddha lifetime, there are some like bandits, for example, those who kill Venerable Moggallana. Then they are also killed by the king. Then you also have known Samavati, also Magandi. Samavati also queen of Udena, Magandi also queen of Udena. Right? So Magandi is more envious. So she assassinates Samavati. Then she was also killed by the king. Then she was reborn in the hell. So she had to suffer in this very life. This is the present affected karma. After that, she has to be reborn in the hell. This is a subsequently affected karma. So this is it. Easier to understand, right? Okay, now we have to move to the next one. Indefinitely affected karma, apara abriya uraniya karma. This karma produces result in some existences after the next. That means from second future to near death, that means until we attain nirvana. So that means some actions may take effect many lifetimes out later. Okay, now many people also talk about meditation, right? So if we cannot attain jhana, mega phala in this very life, should we stop? Should we give up? Just learning or doing dana or doing sila or that kind of question, right? Actually, if you are doing meditating in this very life, although it cannot produce this the jhana in this very life, it can be in the near future, next life, also can be from second future life to until you can attain nibbana. Okay, the main thing is many karmas are waiting to get the result. So we have accumulated many kusala karma in the past. They are waiting to give its result in this very life. So it can be, as we have mentioned before, upapacca vinaya karma, right? Maybe our near past life, the first past life to this life. Also can be many past lives in the past. No, the karma will produce result now also possible. Okay, this is called aparabriya vinaya karma. So even the Buddha himself, he had fulfilled many parami in the samsara. So gradually he became very mature. Then finally he could attain Buddhahood. So there are many aparapriya ordinary karma. So some of the karma were produced. For example, in many lives he had attained jhana. He was reborn in the Brahma world. Very clear. Right? Okay, another one. The last one. Lapse karma, ahosi karma. This karma fails to produce result and becomes effective. For example, if someone attains final nibbana, parinibbana, their remaining karma cannot take effect anymore. So here in this case, for example, the Buddha, he had accumulated many kusala in the past. So in this in the last existence, many karma give us a result. Mostly good karma give us a result. There was some bad karma here to suffer. Anyway, the main thing is when he enters Nibbana, there are many karma. It cannot give us a result. It becomes ahosi karma naturally. So sometimes people also ask, how can we make our karma to be ahosi karma? Actually, until we don't attain headship, no choice. We cannot make it ahosi karma. So it will happen naturally. Karma niyama, the natural law of karma. We cannot change it. A few things is possible. If we have many good karma in this very life, then our akusala karma will be a little weaker. For example, Venerable Mohammed passed away, you know already, right? Beaten by many people. But since he has a very strong psychic power, he can recover very easily. Similarly, you may have known the Buddha. The Buddha also had very serious headache. If ordinary people had to suffer this kind of headache, then they will die. Since the Buddha had attained many attainments, so by entering into many different attainments, he could recover from all these sickness. Then all this is very serious, he didn't feel pain. So if we say briefly, if we have accumulated akusala karma, it cannot be ahosi karma. But if we have very strong karma in this very life, we can make akusala karma weaker. Only this possibility we have. Okay, now we have to move to the next one. The order of effort, which karma take effort first? Vaidhi karma, Garuka karma. The stronger karma always produce the result first. Unwholesome Vaidhi karma. Actually, you have already known this one. Killing one's mother, killing one's father, killing an arahat, drawing the blood with harmful intent, Buddha's blood with harmful intent, causing schism in the Sangha. So these 5 are called mighty karma. The last one, holding a persistent wrong view, denying karma. Altogether 6. These are called unwholesome Vaidhi karma or unwholesome mighty karma. These are the strongest. So you may have already known the story of Venerable Devadatta. He trying to assassinate the Buddha, but the Buddha is strong enough. Buddha Parami is not that weak, right? So Buddha Parami is very strong. So he cannot assassinate. But anyway, he can draw the Buddha's blood with harmful intent. This is also called mighty karma. The second mighty karma is he make very big mistakes, causing schism in the Sangha. This is second mistake. So these two cause him to be reborn in the hell. His student, Ajatasattu, you also have known who is Ajatasattu, right? He also killed his father. Then after that, he regretted. But he could not sleep also. With the head of Jivaka, he visited Ambhavana monastery. Then also he met the Buddha. Then he had the opportunity to listen to long discourse, Samanyapala Sutta. But he could not take any part in fruition knowledge because he has already killed his father. Then after that, he became devotee of the Buddha. He supports Buddha Sasana. He is the strongest supporter. So because of many karma like this, his Vedic karma became a little weaker. So that means, according to his mighty karma, he must be reborn in the Avijji hell. But later, because of many kusala, he was reborn in Lohakumi hell. So tell me a little bit weaker because of many kusala karma. So similarly, there will be many other stories like this. Okay, now another one, we have wholesome Vedic karma. Includes the attainment of jhana, the meditative absorption, which can lead to rebirth in the higher. That means higher runs me actually Brahma worlds. So we have attained jhana. If we can maintain until our near-death moment, we can be reborn in the Brahma worlds. This is wholesome Vedic karma. So there are also many other Vedic karma, for example, past and future knowledge. There also, especially past knowledge, this is also Vedic karma, right? It's unchangeable. But for ordinary people, past and future knowledge will be not that easy. So we should talk about only jhana. So if we have Vedic karma in our near-death moment, then this Vedic karma will give us a result. If agusala Vedic karma, then the offender will be reborn in the hell. If a wholesome Vedic karma, the practitioner will be reborn in the Brahma worlds. So this is called Vedic karma. Another thing is a habitual karma, ajina karma. Karma that is performed frequently, shaping one's character. For example, a person who habitually practices generosity or meditation will be a strong karmic tendency to a good reverse. So here, if we say easier way, habitual karma comes from our daily life. How do we spend our time? If we spend our time with wholesome deeds, wholesome speech, wholesome thought, it becomes habitual karma. So then if we have a habit of chanting Brahma or meditation or offering or taking precepts, these are good character. Then if we don't have mighty karma, habitual karma can give results. This is our daily life. So actually, many people also ask, how can we make our near-death moments sure to be reborn in the heavenly realms or good destination? So we don't have many other options, only this one, habitual karma. So if we have bad habits in our near-death moment, we're gonna train, right? So in the very beginning, right, when we start learning Abhidhamma, then many people say, okay, in your near-death moment, if we have good mind, we can be reborn in the good destination. Then, okay, we just need to have good mind in the near-death moment. Although we make many mistakes in our daily life, it doesn't matter, right? Then when hearing that, our teacher also remind, even you are healthy enough, you're gonna train your mind. How you can train your mind in any other moment, right? So that means we have to make habit of training mind before our death moment. If we have habit of training minds, then it will be habitual karma. Actually, there can be many habitual karma. We just talk about good thing, right? We also may have bad habitual karma also. It's possible. It depends on daily life. Okay, now the next one. Near death karma, asana karma. The karma that arises strongly in the moment before death, determining reverse. For example, a sinner who sincerely repents and performs a wholesome deed at the moment of death may have a good reverse. So sometimes we can do good karma in near-death moment. So although we may have many mistakes in the lifetime, luckily, in our near-death moment, we are conscious or not negligent, that we remember to do something good in near-death moment, or somebody helps us to do some good thing in near-death moment. So how can we do that kind of things? Practically, how should we do, right? This is also very, very important. Actually, there are many ways. If we have recorded our donation, then we have to recall what kind of donation made us happy. So in our near-death moment, if somebody read out our donation, this is also possible, right? We can recall many of our dana near-death moment. Another thing is that practitioner, our Dhamma friend, right? That they will come, they will talk about how we practice in this monastery, that retreat, how we experience, and we will share our experiences. And we remind our Dhamma friends. That kind of thing also possible. Although we have done in the past very long, that reminding them in the near-death moment. So that's what we have done in the past. If we don't have any dana or any sila, any bhavana like this in the past, what should we do? Actually, we can also do some dana in near-death moment. Okay. Maybe last year, December, I go to Indonesia. That one retreat in Malino. This is the first time I have ever known, like I have ever seen good friends, right? So their friend is dying in the hospital. Then a group of friends come and offer robes. I say, no, this is for our friends, to share our friends. Then to share marriage with their friend, right? So before death moment, they offer. That they share with their friends. Okay, this is just an example. And sometimes you may also have known one story about Dhammika Upasaka. When he was dying, his children and a wife invited Bhikkhu to chant pradha for him. When bhikkhus are chanting, he said, please stop, please wait, right? Actually, many divine chariots are coming, inviting him to come with their arms. That's why he said, please wait. But the bhikkhu misunderstood. Huh? Then they stop chanting. Then you may know that story, right? Then his children also felt sad. Oh, if like this, my father's destination not that good. But when he recover, he has, why stop chanting? Where bhikkhus go? Where does bhikkhu go? Then his children talk to him. Now you are done to wait. That's why they thought you stop them, so they leave now. No, I don't stop them. I just ask divine chariot to wait. But children cannot believe. Right? Then They have to throw flower onto the sky. Right? Okay, this is just a example. You can study in the story in Dhammavara. The main thing is, in his case also, he listened to chanting Brahma in near death moment. So now modern society, we can also play some chanting audio, or it can be chanting Brahma, or maybe it's daily chant, anything. We can also play some Dhamma audio, or some Dhamma audio books also possible. So this kind of thing can be effective for the patient. Then, not only that, actually, you can also know Ananda Bindika. In his near-death moment, when he was very seriously sick, he invited Venerable Sariputta. He listened to Dhamma Talk. He listened to Dhamma Talk. And he also recommended Venerable Sariputta to give very profound Dhamma to the devotees. Okay, you can imagine they have that kind of culture, right? Anyway, the main thing is, if somebody is dying, how we should help them. There are many family members, right? Then they are crying. This is not really very good things, right? It make them worry more, right? So it should be that talking about some kusala they have done in the past, or offering something for them, or reminding their kusala karma in the past. Anything should be like playing Dhamma audio, chanting audio, that kind of things will be more effective. This 𝐾𝐚𝐭𝐞 moment karma. And another one is accomplished karma, katata karma. Any karma that's neither weighty, habitual, or near death, but still has power to produce result. For example, any minor good deed or bad deed that has been completed. So that means in our daily life, we may have many other daily activities, unintentional action. Now we don't have special preparation, special arrangements, right? We just do as we like. It can be kusala or akusala. They are called katata karma, the weakest. Sometimes we don't have any intention. But we have done something right or wrong. This is the weakest karma. Okay, these are the order of effect which karma can take effect the first. There will be some argument between near-death moment karma and asanaka karma, which one should be first or something. Anyway, I just follow this order now. So that means if you have habitual karma in your daily life, is it good enough now, right? Now we have to move to the next one. Function or effect. How karma function? The first one is a protected karma, janaka karma. It will produce rewards and determine one's mental and physical conditions in the next life. For example, a person who accumulates merit through generosity is born in a fortunate stage. Okay, here if we say briefly, we may have many kusala, akusala karma. Some karma will produce new life. This is also possible. Okay, we should say a little bit easier way. Somebody may have offered food to the Buddha. But when he or she passed away, the next life, he has born as a human being. Because of offering food, he looked nice or she looked nice. Right? This is the power of offering food. It produces new life. Not only that, when it gives result in the lifetime, he can get a lot of food wherever he goes. That kind of thing also can happen. So not only in the rebirth, it also can be in the lifetime. We call embodied poverty. It can be like producing karma. So for producing karma in poverty, it will be many. Right? For example, okay, now we may have offer or some the bell to the monastery or something, right? Then next life we have a very good voice, for example. Right? Very nice voice, very nice sound also possible, right? So that means one karma will produce in one life as human being. This is a producing karma, right? But another producing karma to have nice sound, he offer some material, some instruments for the sound. That also can happen. Okay, that means there can be many producing karmas in the lifetime, according to our conditions. Okay, another thing, reinforcing karma, upathambaka karma. So strengthening or supporting previous created karma. For example, a person born into wealth due to the past generosity may continue to experience prosperity due to further good deeds. This is just an example. Okay, for example, we may offer, right, food, for example, the karma produce this life, but to be healthy, then another karma we offer medicine to the some community, right? Somebody who needs, then we offer medicine. The karma will support us to be healthy. So another thing is akusala karma also possible. Right? For Janaka karma also akusala karma. For somebody who has akusala karma, so they are born in the lower realms. Right? Another akusala karma produce to have more suffering, also possible. This is a reinforcing, right? Okay, that means reinforcing can be both kusala and akusala. So kusala karma will reinforce kusala, akusala karma will reinforce akusala. This is called reinforcing karma. The next one, frustrating karma, upapilaka karma, weakens or obstructs the effect of another karma. For example, the person with good past karma may face difficulty due to interfering unwholesome actions. So we have accumulated many good karma in the past. And some of the akusala karma can interfere. Then kusala karma cannot produce good results very powerfully. It will make power of kusala karma. Similarly, akusala karma will give unwholesome bad results, but kusala karma can interfere. It will make akusala karma weaker. That kind of thing also can happen, right? Okay, I have already given one example. The Buddha headache. Now then, Buddha's back pain also have. This is akusala karma of the past. But present kusala karma interfere to make him comfortable. That kind of thing also can happen. Okay? That's why in the case of frustrating karma or obstructing karma, akusala karma will interfere kusala. Kusala will interfere akusala. Not only that, actually, kusala also can interfere kusala. Akusala also can interfere akusala. Right? So, for example, some kusala karma are a little bit weaker. Stronger kusala karma will give results. Possible. Some akusala karma are weak, but stronger akusala karma can interfere. This is also possible. Okay, now the last one. Intercepted karma. Upaghadaka karma. Cancel or neutralize the effect of weaker karma. Okay, this one is this is not interfering. It totally cut off the power of another karma. So if we have very strong kusala karma, right, then it will cut akusala karma also possible. For example, I have already mentioned Ajara Sadhu. There's akusala karma interfere in kusala karma, it becomes a little bit weaker, right? This is a upapilaka karma. So in the case of upakataka karma, okay, we should say, is an example, Venerable Angulimala, right? Because he has a attachment. Then in the future he cannot be reborn in the head anymore, right? Because Mega Jnana Kusala can cut off his rebirth. So here also is a person with a strong back karma might be prevented from enjoying the full effect of past good karma. Okay, that means we can also say easily, for example, in the case of Ajatasattu, he can also attain Sotapanna according to his past karma. But presently, Akusala karma, mighty karma, cut off his parami, his potentiality to attain path and fruition knowledge. He cannot attain anymore. This is called in the subject karma, Ubakataka karma. Okay, these are the very beginning of function of effect. Then we have another one. Illustrated story of 12 categories of karma. So I have to elaborate this one again. The books of 𝐌𝐞𝐞𝐿 karma provide several illustrative stories to explain how different types of karma manifest their result. Then below are the key example. So time or effort in when karma take effect, right? Presently affected karma, Dharma Vinaya karma, story of a bhakta. Okay. I just say a bhakta, right? Actually, we can start the one in the Jataka story. Sorry, in Dhammavara story. There's one bhakta. Without me, he cannot eat. So you can also imagine without me, he cannot eat. So mostly he keep one portion for him. So one day he sent a portion of meat to his wife, but unluckily somebody come and buy or take it, give him money, right? They're buying force. Buying for me, he also give money. But very close friends, then what have to sell? When she came back in the dinner table, he cannot find the meat. Where's the meat? Now your friend come and take, but he also give money. He just buy. So that's what I have to sell. He got angry. Then he take a knife and go to the stable, and then he cut a ton of ox. So we're gonna down a bull, right? Then he asked his wife to cook for him. So when he was eating, it's too hot. His tongue also burned, or he also cut off his tongue. He will suffer a lot. Presently affected karma. After that, he was born in the hell. This is present affected karma. So if we have done some akusala karma, he will suffer from disease, accident, or mental distress. This is a akusala karma. Similarly, we also have kusala karma. For example, in the case of Puna, he offered water and toothpick to Venerable Sariputta. His wife also offered porridge to Venerable Sariputta. In the very day, all the berry feet he was blowing become golden feet. Then he became very rich in that very day. Okay, in this kind of case, especially in the case of kusala, then we have special condition. The donation must be obtained by righteous way. So we already mentioned wrong livelihood, right? That it must be right livelihood. He obtained righteously, properly. This is the one thing. Now this is their generosity, their mind. They have generosity. That means before offering, wine offering, After offering, they can rejoice. They can feel happy. This is one of the things that we have to understand. Another thing is the receiver is Arhat or Anagami. That means they have attained very high level, right? Okay, the last one, they just emerge from cessation attainment, Nirodha Samapatti. So when that kind of receiver and that kind of donation, that kind of donor, then it will be, they will present the affected karma for kusala. Now we have many similar story of present affected karma, especially about Venerable Mahakassapa. So you may have known Venerable Mahakassapa. Mostly he entered into cessation attainment for 7 days. After that, he looked for somebody who can have, who he should have. After that, he go for Bada, he have that devotees. This is Venerable Mahakassapa. So okay, that kind of present affected karma can be found in the Dhammavara many story we have. And then subsequently affected karma, Upavaja karma, King Ajata Sadhu. The son of King Bimbisara, Ajata Sadhu, killed his own father to gain the throne. But this was unwholesome Vedic karma, which ensured his birth in the hell in the next life, despite his later effort to seek the Buddha's guidance. This one is very clear already. Everybody knows Ajata Sadhu, right? I don't need to explain that one in detail. Another one, intimately affected karma, Aparapriya Uriniya karma. Story of a meditator. A lay person practice meditation, accumulate wholesome karma through it may not yield immediate results, but the karma ripens in the future life, lead to rebirth in the higher realms. So actually there can be many meditators. Even at the time of the Buddha, there are many meditators, right? So in modern society, we may have many donors, many meditators. I have already mentioned. Right? If you cannot attain jhana in this very life, it can be near future, the first future life. It can be second future life, third future life, anywhere. It can produce a result. So there are also some conditions, some meditator. I just have read some of meditators' notes, meditators' reports, right? The one of the meditator, actually, this life is not produced by the first past life. Actually, the first past life karma produces this very life. So the same karma produces me 2 different lives. This also can happen, right? That's why it depends on karma. Actually, not only meditator, also can be donors, also moral person, anybody can be like this. Okay, lapse karma. The case of diligent bhikkhu, Emma who strive for liberation, attain Prinivana, final cessation, rendering all his past accumulated karma ineffective, as he is no longer subject to rebirth. So we can also say the same person like Angulimala. Also the Buddha. The Buddha had accumulated many kusala. Of course, he is a bodhisattva, right? More kusala, less akusala. In the case of Angulimala, in this very life, more agusala, right? Because he killed many people. Then also he also have some kusala. But finally he attained arhatship. After death, he cannot be reborn in the hell or in the Devarams or anywhere. This is called. All his akusala karma also become ahosi karma. All his kusala karma also become ahosi karma. This is the categories of karma for today, right? Okay. Briefly, we have introduced types of karma. Now, I also have already mentioned all these karmas are waiting, all the past karmas are waiting for present action. I have said many times, right? So for our daily life also, we have to think about how we should spend our time, especially for habitual karma. Okay. We already mentioned karmas come from volition or intention. When we have good intention, we are accumulating good karma. When we have bad intention, we are accumulating bad karma. Then even this retreat, when somebody asks about how to make the agusta karma weaker or something, I always say, right? Karma is not a computer. We cannot do undo. Right? In computer, if we have some like some changing in the wall or something, right? We can do undo to recover previous one, to restore previous one. But in the case of karma, we don't have that kind of key or button or anything. The main thing is that we have to change the habit. But when we have good habits, good minds, and also good practice, gradually we become mature, we become stronger. Okay, we can also do more, we can also fulfill more parami. Okay, so parami is also not ready-made. We have to try, we have to train ourselves, we have to change ourselves. Then we can fulfill better parami. Okay, so today I will stop here. May you all be able to practice 3 trainings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and not suffering.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw. Sayadaw, shall we move to the question and answer session?
Okay.
Question 1 is a Vietnamese question. If a senior monk with more vasa pays homage to a junior monk with fewer vasa because his preceptor instructed him to do so, does this constitute an offense? Sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, this is not right thing to do, right? You may remember Awantiya Bugala. Senior must not pay homage to junior. This is Awantiya, right? So similarly, Bhikkhu must not pay homage to layperson. This is also called Awantiya. Okay, there's, for example, okay, we also have another cases like how about this one? Wrong view holder, right? For example, some of senior they have wrong view, and we must not pay homage. If we pay homage, it's dukkata. We are not allowed to pay homage this kind of bad bhikkhu. Okay, this is it. Vinaya. Okay. Anything?
Question 2. Wandami Sayadaw, who can cause a schism in the Sangha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, there are bases of schism. It can be anybody, right? So that means you may give some wrong information to the bhikkhu to hold wrong view. After that, they will not do Patimokkha together, Bhavarana together, or Sangha Kamma together. Then this got divided, and they are divided into 2 groups. So actually, it will need more than 8 bhikkhus to do schism or Sangha Veda, right? If less than 8 bhikkhu, you cannot do Sangha Veda. So if there's 8 bhikkhu, then 4 of them do Patimokkha in one place, 4 of them would do Patimokkha in another place because they have the different view, different idea, then this can be considered as Sangha Veda.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 3. Wandami Sayadaw, under unwholesome Vedic karmas, holding a persistent wrong view refers to denying karma only?
Okay. Any karma means not accepting karma and its a result. Okay. So that means actually many are wrong view, they don't believe in karma. They may have many other beliefs. Right? For example, okay, even recently we have one question, right? Life is fixed with karma already. in this age we must experience this one, this age we must experience this one, fixed already, we're gonna change, right? That kind of mindset. That means we cannot change anymore. We're gonna do anything, although we are meditating, useless. Right? That means we cannot be good person, we cannot be bad person. This was very harmful, wrong view. Okay? This kind of thing is called rejecting or denying karma ownership. If somebody had that kind of wrong view, then it will be maybe if I very seriously hold that kind of wrong view, this is called niyata miccha ditti, persistent wrong view. Okay.
Question 4. Wandami Sayadaw, why wholesome weighty karmas only include the attainment of jhana? What about the practicing of vipassana?
Surely, vipassana also can be, but it's not to the Brahma worlds. It can be only in the Deva realms. Jhana power is stronger. You can be reborn in the Brahma worlds, right? Okay, one more thing. Vipassana can produce path and fruition only it becomes stronger than jhana. Right? That's why vipassana is not included as mighty karma. Another thing is, right? The vipassana, there are many, but they were stuck in vipassana also, right? This is also not really very good sign. Then that means we might not start in the jhana also. There may be some progress, that means developing or improving by medicine until we can attain path and fruition knowledge. Okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 5. Wandami Sayadaw, if an old person is very sick and she chose not to take treatment for her illness anymore, is this considered as killing oneself? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Okay, there will be some condition, right? There are some patient, they may think, okay, although I take medicine, I'm gonna recover. They know already. Then they give up taking medicine. They decide, right? In this kind of case, we're gonna say suicide. Right? They know. Another thing they may think about, oh, many people have to take care of me, they have to suffer a lot. With that kind of mindset, they stop taking medicine. That this will be okay, just normal. We're gonna say committing suicide, right? Although we can recover, if then also maybe somebody can take care willingly, or there are many people, many caretaker, but then we stop taking medicine. This is it. We can say a little bit serious, right? It depends on his health condition or her health condition. There will be different answer. Even for people, actually, we have that kind of rule and regulation. Right? So that means he may reject taking medicine or eating food because of many people have to take care of him and have to suffer. He also knows this is the last moment for him. That's why he stopped. In this kind of case, this is allowable. Right?
Sayadaw. Question 6 is a Vietnamese question. A person, when making offerings and giving alms, only aspire to attain the noble path and nibbana. However, in this life, they do not achieve realization and are still subject to rebirth. In such a case, do the wholesome deeds they perform still bear good results, such as a healthy body and favorable conditions for practice in future lives? Since they did not specifically aspire for wealth or prosperity, will their wholesome deeds be lost? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So this is a Vietnam question, right? Then you may have a train from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh. Do you have a train to Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh? Train Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh? Any train? Train Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh? How many stations on the way? Many stations? Okay, what's the nearest station? Okay, from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, what's the nearest station? Huh? Huh? Binh? Binh Hoa. Binh Hoa is the nearest station, right? Okay. So that means you have already booked tickets from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi, right? Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi. So that means you can cut out of the train any station on the way. And that means if you want to go to Hanoi also you can go. If you want to stop nearest station also possible, right? Similarly, you have already booked ticket until you attain Nirvana. Healthy body, divine pleasure, human pleasure, they are small station on the way. Okay, you can stop anywhere. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Question 7. Chunan.
礼敬西尔多，佛陀的过去世曾经是一位修行的隐士，他被燃灯佛受记，当时只要燃灯佛说出半句偈，他就可以证阿罗汉。请问这位受记的隐士，他的禅修是跟谁学习的呢？
Vandami Sayadaw, when the Gautama Buddha was Sumedha ascetic, he was being given the prophecy by the Dipankara Buddha. At that time, when the Dipankara Buddha can preach to him, half of the sansa he can attain Arahanta. But instead, no. And this Sumedha ascetic, at the time he received the prophecy, he has already got jhana, and from whom he learned this jhana from?
Actually, we don't know how many life he has already practiced, right? Okay, one more thing here. He had a very strong parami. If he were to attain arhatship, he will attain arhatship under Dipankara Buddha. After listening a short discourse. You can imagine, right? He has that kind of power already. So then his power parami is strong enough to attain arhatship even at the time. Not ordinary people, right? You may have read many stories in Buddha's time. Some arhat, after listening short discourse, after listening a stanza also, they attain arhatship. In Sumedha's case, actually even before any of a stanza, he can attain arhatship. He has that kind of parami already. Okay, sometimes we can also say parami, they are parami, right? They call parami parichaya, right? That means their parami can force them to do, right? Their parami can when their parami mature, they can find the way easily. Okay, that is why in the case of Sumedha, it doesn't mention how he learned from or from him whom he learned, also it doesn't mention. But the main thing is by himself he can practice. Okay.
Question 8. Vandami Sayadaw, does ahosi karma only occur for those who are parinibbana? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, so ahosi karma we cannot guarantee. Okay, for example, in this very life, then we don't know how many ahosi karma. Right? Some karma cannot get its result. So when we attain arhatship, sure, there are many karma become ahosi karma. So that means when we attain karma, we can say it's ahosi karma. It becomes sure, right? In our lifetime, it's not sure yet. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 9. Vandami Sayadaw, I have heard in your Dhamma talk in Vietnam that there are many factors leading to the attainment of the path while listening to the Dhamma. Could you kindly give us more references in scriptures so that we can study more to understand well and practice properly? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, I think I have already mentioned many things there also, right? Okay, the main thing is parami. If you can fulfill parami, sure you can achieve anything. So I think when I talk about the one in Vietnam. That one is only something about. Let me listen to the Dhamma Talk or something, right? Okay. Anyway, when we talk about parami, we can also say many other things. Actually, I have already mentioned about abhinihara. Right? Abhinihara means inclination. We need very strong inclination to attain path and fruition knowledge. If you wish to attain Buddha also, you must have very strong intention, very strong inclination to attain Buddhahood. This is the call abhinihara. Okay, in the case of abhinihara, there are also many other possibility. Possibility means, like for example, listening Dhamma Talk from the Buddha. This is also possible. Another thing is understanding or knowing Buddha's power, the power of parami. Another thing is like reading the book, listening to some Dhamma Talk, the power of parami or power of the Buddha. Our mind will incline to fulfill parami or to become Buddha or to become arhatship, to attain arhatship. So this is also one of the factors we have to understand. Okay, if we say briefly, the first one is abhinihara. This is all important factors, right? So if our mind inclined to fulfill parami or to practice, then there will be very strong, powerful condition. Well, another one is upanisaya. Upanisaya means accumulating great merit in the past lives. It also can be in the previous Buddha's time. So that kind of thing also can be one of the cause of parami, cause of attaining path and fruition knowledge. So past karma is unseen, right? But we can know according to present condition. So we were born as a human being. We can understand we have past karma, right? This is the one thing. Okay, another one is the karuna sambara, having great compassion. So that means we don't want to see somebody suffering. This is called karuna sambara. Then we want to have, or we want to remove their suffering, or we want to have their suffering. Then we want to have them to release from suffering. Right? That kind of mindset is called karuna sambara. Okay, another thing is usaha sambara. Usaha means diligence or effort. So that means although we have to practice a very long time, we don't feel laziness or we are not afraid. Then we are not getting discouraged. Or these are called usaha sambara. So that means after practicing a long time, we can know how diligent we are. Right? By practicing only a few hours, a few days, we cannot know how strong we are. Now, the last one is like a kalyana metta, good friends, good association. If we wish to fulfill parami, or if we wish to do any of improvement, we need good friends, kalyana metta. For example, if our friend has very strong confidence, very strong faith, we can learn from them. We can emulate how they live, how they are developing their faith, their setup. Similarly, if our friends are moral, we can learn how they are trying to be moral, or how they observe precepts, how they undertake precepts. In this way, according to the condition, we need good friends. When we are practicing meditation, we also need, right, a spa one or good friends who can guide us or who can encourage us, who can motivate us to practice meditation. Similarly, when we are fulfilling other parami also, we may need good friends. It depends on the one we are doing. There will be some skillful person, right? So these conditions will make our parami stronger, then it will be the cause of the production cause of nibbana. Okay?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Question 10. Wandami Sayadaw, As far as I understand, we can help relatives at their near-death moments so that they can be reborn in a good realm of existence. Anything we can do to help them have happy new lives after they pass away? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, after they are passing away, we can do only share a marriage. We don't have no other choice, right? Okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
礼敬西亚多，上师是一位虔诚的佛教徒，精通佛教实践，喜欢在午餐时间分享法。然而，他的工作礼仪往往与佛法的原则相违背，例如为了自己的利益牺牲他人，甚至导致其他人失去工作。从佛教的角度来看，作为一名下属，一从身处同部门内的有毒之人上司身上能学到什么？二在历境中如何培养内心的平静与韧性，持守同理心，感恩尊者。
Sayadaw, he has a boss who is a very faithful Buddhist, and he knows a lot of Buddhist teaching and practice. Also, in the lunchtime, he likes to share his Dhamma knowledge. But when it's come to work attitude, it's always opposites with the principle of Buddhism. For example, for his own benefits, he will sacrifice other people, even he will make other people lose their jobs. So from the angle of Buddhism, as his subordinates, means as a worker, how should he do? There are two parts of this. One, when he is working with this type of people and this person is his boss, what can he learn from him? Second, when being placed in this type of adverse situation, how to cultivate a peaceful mind and a strong mind, and at the same time with empathy towards this type of people.
Actually, if you can have, okay, you can have. If you cannot have, Kamma Saka, right? We're gonna do anything, right? Rather than you are not very influential there also. If you are influential, you can change. If you're not very influential, you're gonna change also, right? So do community kusala, you may have a very little opportunity. Right? So because because the mindset is totally different. Actually, knowledge and practice are two different things. Right? In Myanmar also we have many people, they have many Buddhist knowledge. But the way they live is totally different. Actually, not only in Myanmar, many countries the same. They have Buddhist knowledge, but their lifestyle is totally different. Sometimes opposite also. Right? This is normal. In this kind of case, we can understand this is not Kalyana Mita, not eco-friends. You can communicate bodily and then verbally. You cannot communicate mentally. Okay? So that means you have to associate or communicate, but don't agree whatever he or she said. So you must be more careful with that one, right? For peacefulness, okay, one more thing, right? So you have to earn money. Have you answered similar question in some question are from Vietnam or Indonesia? I'm not sure. Who's the question? I don't remember also. So worthy life and peaceful life are two different things. If you want to be worthy, don't expect peaceful too much. If you want to be peaceful, don't think about wealth too much. Right? You're gonna get two of them together. You know this one?
礼敬西亚多，如果一个人总是无法忘记喜欢过的人，用很多方法还是效果不佳，这个时候是不是应该用耐心等待时间来淡忘？但是很害怕，万一在这种思念里就去世了，会不会投身地狱？但是知道又做不到。
Sayadaw, there is a person who cannot forget someone he liked or he loved before. She used a lot of methods, but there is of no effect. And at this time, what should he do? Should he patiently wait for the time to pass in order to slowly forget him? But at the same time, he afraid if he's still thinking of that before forgetting and he passed away, would he be reborn in the hell?
Very strong judgment, right? Actually, whenever you remember, okay, ready matter to yourself, right? Ready matter to yourself. So that means that person, I don't know he or she, right? That person not very important for you anymore, but you are still important for yourself. Maybe even also you can also do like you can ready karuna to yourself, right? You are still important for yourself. So sometimes the people spend their time, right, for useless things. Okay, now try to do useful things for yourself, right? It doesn't mean you must be selfish. You know?
以敬西亚多，总是跟导师顶嘴，会有什么样的恶业？
Venerable Sayadaw, if he has this habit, always fight back with the teacher, what will be the bad karma?
Okay. Oh. It depends. It depends on what kind of mindset you have. Right? Okay. For example, fighting. Okay, teacher said very bad, so you fight. Okay. In this case, there will be another karma, right? Teacher said very good. You just want to fight aimlessly. Something no reason. In this kind of case, you can also imagine you are so selfish, right? If you are so arrogant, so selfish, then you cannot expect anything also. Okay? That's why it depends on what kind of fighting you have. They give me different results. It depends on what kind of teacher you fight. It will be different results. I cannot say exactly what kind of result it will be. Next one.
Question 14. Venerable Sayadaw, one of the unwholesome Vedic karma is holding a persistent wrong view, denying karma. Does that mean other religion, for example, Christian, will likely be reborn in hell if they didn't believe karma all their life till death? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, so we should not say other religion, right? We cannot know their mind also. Belief is come from the mind, not from religion, right? So that's why. Okay, one more thing. There are some people, they also believe the good thing will bring good result, bad thing will bring bad result. Sometimes the religion they believe and the belief in their mind will be opposite. We cannot say exactly, right? It's not come from religion, they come from the mind. Okay?
Sayadaw. Question 15. Venerable Sayadaw, will performing good karma in the form of generosity always lead to wealth results in future? Certain good action result in similar future good result. Is it considered good karma if somebody gets something that he wants? He receives alcohol as a gift or a game character that he wants, when it will harm him in the future. The gift leads to addiction. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, one more thing, right? So sometimes we also do kusala and agusala together, right? So kusala accompanied by agusala. At the time, that when you get result also, it will be the same. Okay, for the alcohol, it's not the thing we must offer also, right? So okay, the main thing is, if we do kusala karma together with agusala karma, then when we get result also, two together. We must understand this kind of formula, right? That kind of theory. Okay, one more thing. Here I haven't explained that one yet. For example, offering food as a human being. And we may offer to bhikkhu or somebody, right? Then we just offer human food. It depends on where we were born, different results. If we were born in the Deva realms, it will become divine nutriment, not human food anymore. If we were born as an animal, it will become animal food, not human food anymore. Right? So we cannot say worth all the time also. For example, okay, there will be some different conditions. Some bhikkhu, right? Then they can meditate easily, many supporter. There are some bhikkhu, they have to suffer a lot. They don't have good supporting. Okay, this will be their past generosity. We can know it. Okay, then if we have good intention and good things, it will make our life smooth. If we have good and bad together, it will not make our life smooth. As we say, kids, alcohol, right? It will be addictive. Actually, we can also say another one. Past karma will be good. Some present association is one of the problems. So he associates with drinker. So he get that kind of gift. Now he himself also drink. That's why he get that kind of present. Right? Nobody sent me alcohol to U Kovida. Everybody know I don't drink. Right?
Thank you. Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 16. Vandami Sayadaw, what can we do daily to improve our skill to have right attention, yoniso manasikara? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So sometimes we have to think about other people's welfare actually. So if we think about our own welfare too much, we become very selfish. Our ego will make our mind diluted. Anyway, the main thing is just think about welfare of community, welfare of like a country, welfare of the world, that kind of thing will be better, right? Okay, rather than even donation, when you are going to offer, think about receiver and what they need, their benefits. Similarly, when you avoid killing also, think about other animals' life. I don't kill that they can live long. Compassion towards other living beings, right? When we have this kind of mindset, it will be more effective. Okay? This one.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 17. In the 7 moments of jhana, is it true that from the 2nd to 6th moment, their functions is to imprint or register wholesome or unwholesome karma for future rebirth, and that they do not function to produce result in the present life? Sadhu,
Okay.
sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, so actually we have already mentioned presently affected karma is the first jhana. Then the subsequent affected karma will be the last jhana, right? The middle, 2nd to 6th. They were produced in any life after 2nd life to Nibbana. But that means they were not produced this very life, sure. Okay?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Question 18. Vandami Sayadaw, if somebody has attention deficit hyperactive disorder, is it possible to still attain jhana and deep concentration through meditation consistently and attain nibbana? Will he also gain significant bad karma if he thinks bad thoughts about akusala when he has no control due to mental condition? Sarah, I just searched the meaning of the ADHD. It means inattention, such as having difficulty paying attention, keeping on task, or staying organized. The main feature of ADHD include not paying attention and being hyperactive and impulsive. This is some definition from Google.
Okay. See, that kind of person, they cannot train their mind very well, right? So if they cannot train their mind, it's impossible to attain jhana. Maybe they can fulfill parami. Right? From time to time, they may have some intention, right? Sometimes they may have more difficulty to pay attention. It depends on their mind, there can be different results. So here in this case, they cannot attain jhana, is very clear. They cannot attain nirvana in this very life, is very clear. But they can fulfill parami, this is possible. Right? Next one.
礼敬悉亚多，一个人修到观禅，但今生没能证得圣道圣果。如果他生了重病，还能投生上去吗？
Sayadaw, if a meditator practice until vipassana, but in this life he has not attained Ariyamagga or Ariyamagga and Phala, and he passed away because of illness, will he be reborn in a good destination?
It depends on near death moment. We cannot say exactly, right? So that means, okay, there are some, you may have known some deva, one deva, right? He was a bhikkhu, he was meditating. So when meditating, he passed away, he was born in the deva realms. So that kind of thing also happened at the time of the Buddha, right? So it depends on his near death moment. So he can practice until his near death moment, so he can be reborn in the deva realms. Okay.
Next question. Vandami Sayadaw, worrying about undesirable results from previous unwholesome karma or being remorseful is not recommended, but will repentance righteous be helpful? What else we are supposed to do? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Repeating ritual. Repentant ritual. Ritual means what kind of ritual? Right? This is a little bit strange question to me also.
Maybe
right?
like ceremony to do confessions or repents the mistakes.
Okay. One more thing, right? Repentant rituals. Okay, that means you just confess, right? Okay, one more thing. I have already answered in this ritual also clearly. Although we ask for forgiveness, or we say like we have confession, if we don't make decision, we will not make the same mistake again. It's not that much helpful. That means, okay, you can do confession or something. At the same time, you must also promise, determine, I will not do the same mistake again. Okay, it will be more helpful. You know, this one.
Question 21. Vandami Sayadaw, for someone who doesn't have strong good habitual karma but happen to make a strong good karma at near-death moment, for example, dana or short-term ordination, if he or she is reborn in a good place because of this strong near-death karma, would such a karma cause his future good rebirth short life, since it is not as strong as those 𝐽𝐷i karma or habitual good karma? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, near death moment ordination. I don't know how do you understand this one, right? So near the moment me actually is dying already in the bed. This is called near death moment, right? This is called near death moment karma. So maybe a few days before death, we're gonna say it's a near death moment karma. Okay, I will give one simile, one example. Venerable Sona and his father. Venerable Sona's father is he was a hunter. You cannot imagine a hunter will kill many animals. He was ordained as a bhikkhu when he grew older. For the help of his son, right? He can live peacefully. But he was not good practitioner. He could not attain any path and fruition knowledge. In his near-death moment, he screamed a lot. Because he say, oh no, many dogs are chasing me. Them screaming, they are going to bite me. They have, but he has a lot of suffering. When he hearing that, Venerable Sona could realize it's not a good sign. So he collects some flower in the forest. Then he asked some of his devotees or some later to collect flower. And he bring to his father. And he said, okay, now this is a flower. Okay, we will offer to the Buddha. Please pay attention. After that, his destination sign change. Okay? That means he was dying at the time. They make kusala. This is called near death moment karma. Right? It doesn't mean a few days earlier than death moment. Okay, one more thing. Short time ordination or short time dana can make lifespan shorter. We don't have that kind of concept. Okay? The power of dana does not come from long or short. It just comes from your mind. Also, it does not come from how much you offer. It just comes from how you feel in your mind. Traditionally, we have Myanmar saying, although you offer as big as banyan tree, if you are unwise, you may catch only as small as banyan seed. Although you offer as small as banyan seed, if you are wise, you can get as big as banyan tree. This is the Myanmar proverb. Everybody know that one.
Sayadaw, we are 8 minutes past 9:30. So we still have about 5 questions.
Okay, you can continue.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw. Question 22. Venerable Sayadaw, if a layperson who observes the 5 precepts give alcohol as a gift to someone who does not observe the precepts, does that layperson break the 5th precept? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, here's also akusala shareholder. Right? So we must not support other people to break precepts. If we support other people to break precepts, this is also akusala shareholder. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw. Next question. Chunan.
礼敬西亚多，为了保护自己的心不出现恶念，删除在微信中的一位自己不想再联系，他也不会再联系自己的人，是善业吗？因为他曾经帮助过自己，也伤害过自己。感恩您，为了保护自己的心做出的举动是善动机。
Venerable Sayadaw, in order to protect her own mind, so that there won't be any bad thoughts, he tried to delete the contacts of someone in WeChat and doesn't want to contact with him anymore. Is this considered kusala karma? This person has helped him before and also hurt him before.
Okay. So then you just want to avoid, right?
Yes.
Okay, in this kind of case, we cannot say akusala, right? You don't want to talk with akusala. Okay. Yeah.
Venerable Sayadaw, how to improve awareness during meditation when too relaxed mind? My understanding awareness is my power. Is it correct? What is step to improve awareness? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Actually, mind power will be similar to Chitasika or Manasika Viriya. Okay? Manasika Viriya means mental energy. There's a Viriya, you kind of Viriya, right? Awareness is just keep knowing or keep aware of one object. You need consistent awareness. That means as long as you can know the object continuously, don't put any extra effort. Okay? That means sometimes you expect very deep level of concentration. You put extra mind power to know it deeper, stronger, you become very tired. It doesn't mean too relaxed also. If you're too relaxed, this is lazy. So that means medium effort, right?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Venerable Sayadaw, this is related to question 18. Should I give up meditation if I have ADHD? Why I still meditating when not able to get jhana or nibbana? What is the benefit of doing meditation if I have ADHD? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So that means I don't recommend to stop meditating. Okay? You can keep meditating. We cannot know if you can train well. Also, the condition is changeable. We are not sure. Right? It's not, that means I don't know your condition also. Anyway, the main thing is I don't recommend to stop meditating. Ideally, it can be parami for you. Okay?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Venerable Sayadaw, two lay practitioners were meditating together online. After some time, layperson A directly said that layperson 2 had very poor parami. May I ask, in the present day, do layperson have the ability to see or know the parami, spiritual perfection of others? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
This is impossible, right? So no one can reach your parami. Okay, don't believe. Okay, you know.
This is the last question. Vandami Sayadaw, teaching Dhamma is one of the 10 meritorious deeds. But what if we make mistakes when sharing Dhamma with others? What result we will have? Is that acceptable to point out others' mistake when they are sharing Dhamma? I mean with good mindset and intentions. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So that means, okay, sometimes we may have unintentional mistakes. In this kind of case, it's okay, not that serious, right? So if we speak knowingly untrue things, it's more serious. Like Adhamma as a Dhamma, right? Untrue Dhamma as a true Dhamma, that kind of things. Non-Buddha teaching as a Buddha teaching. And that kind of thing will be very serious. So, okay, if we say briefly, if not very sure, don't share the Dhamma. You must confirm your knowledge. If you can confirm, okay, just share, right? What about the mindset? Of course, we might have good mindset, right? Sometimes for popularity, we can also say for fame or for gain, that kind of mindset or that kind of expectation is very bad. You can spoil people's mind also. Okay.
So Sayadaw, this is the last question.
Okay.
So shall we end the Q&A now? Okay.
Okay.
Sadhu, 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 Sayadaw. Thank you very much for your valuable teachings today. And thank you all our interpreter Bante for the translation. May we now invite Sayadaw to lead us in making aspirations and sharing of merits.
Okay, now.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Etavadaja amehi
Etavata cha amhehi
sambadam punya sambadam
sambadam punya sambadam
sabbe deva numodandu
sabbe deva anumodantu
sabbe buddha numodandu
sabbe buddha anumodantu
sabbe satta numodandu
sabbe satta anumodantu
sabba sampati siddhiya
sabba sampati siddhiya
idhamme nyatinam hotu
idhamme nyatinam hotu
sukhita hontu nyatayo
sukhita hontu nyatayo
idhamme nyatinam hotu
idhamme nyatinam hotu
sukhita hontu nyatayo
sukhita hontu nyatayo
idhamme nyatinam hotu
idhamme nyatinam hotu
sukhita hontu nyatayo
sukhita hontu nyatayo
idhamme punyam
idhamme punyam
asavakaya
asavakaya
vaham hotu
waham hotu
idhamme punyam
idhamme punyam
nibbanasa
nibbanasa
pacayo
pacayo
hotu
hotu
mama punya bhagam
mama punya bhagam
sabba sadanam
sabba satanam
bhajemi
bhajemi
te sabbe
te sabbe
me samam
me samam
punya bhagam
punya bhagam
lavantu
labantu
sa